Courtney. Hold on, baby. Hold on. Still ain't called. Every time I tell her to call. Yeah, let me see.
On the banks of the Tennessee River, Neyland Stadium in Knoxville. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. It's the Indiana Hoosiers and the Tennessee Volunteers. Reese Davis, David Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
Guys, I caught up with Tennessee's head coach before the game. Talking to his team, he wants his quarterback to come out slinging it early. He has been so good all season, but he has a chance to go over 3,000 yards today. And while stats don't usually determine the game plan, the coach said we want to rely on him. He's led us this far, and we want to make sure he gets those stats so he's in the conversation for some of the big awards when the season ends. Back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. This crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. Dropping back, it's Hoover. Throws to the tight end. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. That was not on the opening script of plays. The turnover as the defense makes a play early. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Looking to throw on first down. Keeps looking downfield. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away. Guys, let's take a minute here and look big picture for Tennessee. They've climbed into the top 10, been through some battles, proving themselves to be one of the best teams in the country. What do you think about their chances of staying there?
Well, they got to keep playing at a high level, and obviously they've had tons of success now to crack into the top 10. I'll tell you, when you get top 10, David, you get everybody's attention.
Yeah, you get everybody's attention, but I hope this team ain't just searching for a top 10. Like, I hope they're trying to be the best team in the country, and you hope the best is still to come for this squad.
Pocket breaking down. And they fail to hook up on third down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're at 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. And he'll need to curl this one in from 44 yards out on the right hash. Never a doubt. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
Jamal.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy with that.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Indiana comes out ready to get this drive underway. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Trying to impose their will with the run. That keeps the running game churning. Pickup of 5 to the 23.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Neyland Stadium, alive, a cauldron of orange noise on 3rd down. They'll try to bully their way for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And here's what you know about Indiana football. They're going to be physical. They're going to be so well coached and disciplined, and they're going to run the football. It was the key ingredient to helping Fernando Mendoza win a Heisman, like the ability to RPO off of it. So, Palmer, I don't know who the names are going to be throughout the season, but I know they're going to run downhill, no nonsense, and they'll have a guy that they'll hitch their wagons.
Yeah, everybody talking about losing Mendoza, but Black and Henry were a big part of that thing, too. I think the offensive line, though, was key to it all. Anytime you have 2 1,000-yard rushers, it's because the guys up front are pushing people around, and that was the secret sauce to Indiana's Cinderella run a year ago. So up front, these guys have to continue to dominate. They'll reload the backfield through the portal, through recruiting, but it all starts and stops with the big fellas pushing people around. That's going to be the key for them on defense.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Hoover. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
You just wonder if the quarterback's trying to get it all back after throwing a pick the last time out. This time, that was not a good read. The defender was all over that throw. He should have intercepted that, but thanks to the drop, the offense stays on the field. This quarterback has got to take a breath, and he's got to settle himself down.
Tennessee ready to go to work the big orange offense on the field. So they've put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. With the catch, it's Jackson. It looks as if we have an injured Hoosier at the end of that play. Training staff out there checking on this freshman linebacker. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Sends it back in motion. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Grab near the sticks. It's Bishop. There he goes. What a play all the way inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 29.
When quarterbacks learn to take checkdowns, man, they become way more efficient. They become way better. They get way more possessions, and he does a really good job. It's not his primary guy, but he looks down the field. He doesn't force the football, but checks it down to his running back and still makes a big play because it was the right decision.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. Get it out to the supersonic guy. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. On the snap, it's Bishop. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Volunteers!
And the offense gets 7 on that drive. And I tell you what, man, like, they got 3. They got some good momentum going, continued the momentum, creating some big plays. Palmer, this offense feels like right now early in this football game that they're in control, that they know what they want to do, and the defense is reeling a little bit.
Yeah, the defense needs a stop bad the next time they come out. They've got to go back. They've got to get on the iPads. They got to take a look at what this offense is doing to attack them, because they do look like they're on their heels right now. Obviously giving up a field goal early, but now a touchdown. The next time they take the field, they absolutely need a stop.
The Hoosiers offense all set and ready to crank things up. They've spotted them a 10-0 start. Now to see if they can answer on this drive. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead, because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
And he'll be brought down. Here comes his home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Looking for a man. It's Hoover. And they can't make the connection on third down.
And I like the aggressiveness on third and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's fourth and short territory.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Going for the marker on the ground. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
That's a down and distance that would make a lot of coaching staffs pause, maybe call a timeout and think about, but not this one. There was no doubt, Reese, they were going to run the football, try to pick that up on fourth.
Direct challenge to the defense. If you want the ball, you're going to have to take it from us or stop us, and they didn't.
So moving forward in this game, let's just see how this defensive line responds to this. Can they be more physical and start winning their one-on-one battles?
A little misdirection and the handoff on the counter. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
On defense, when they line up with numbers and they line up on your side, you're like, you're ready, it's coming right here. And then all of a sudden they mix in counters and they pull one or two guys and go back the other direction. That's a really good job by the offense keeping the defense on their heels.
3rd and 6 yards to go. On the draw, it's Richard. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38. It looks as if we have an injured Hoosier at the end of that play. The Hoosiers have this offense rolling. Fires to the big fella. Breaks into the open. And he can't hold on to the ball at the end of this big game. And they are fortunate to avoid the turnover as the fumble goes out of bounds.
Well, they got a really nice drive going on offense. They're on their opponent's side of the field, but you're not going to come away with any points if you turn it over. And they've got to do a better job of ball security. Very, very lucky that ball went out of bounds.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Dropping back, it's Hoover. Quick completion on the out route. That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. Looking to throw. A little screen to the running back. That was an important stop there as they try to hold them to a field goal on this drive. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. This whole place. Going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. And he had just enough to will that one home. This is now a 7-point game.
How about it? 50-plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. Tennessee starts this drive as the offense takes the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. He's open on the right. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. After the holding penalty, 1st and 20 for this offense. Takes the handoff. It's Bishop. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
To the air on second down. The screen, he's got wheels. Turns it on at midfield. Turns it on down the left side. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
Remember back when I played for the Florida Gators, if you had 3,000 yards passing in a season, you might be an All-American. I know times have changed, but with that last completion, this guy's already over the 3,000-yard milestone this year.
And the Volunteers trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. The play action fake. Into the end zone. Touchdown ball. The sure hands in the end zone, and he has 6. Lining up for the PAT. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. He'll bring it out. It's Preston. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
You know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of and get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
He'll get a fresh set of downs stopped at the 31-yard line.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Goes to the option. Pulls it on the option. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
Dragged down at the 43, but they've got it in enemy territory. They picked up 10 and give him a first down.
And the thing you got to watch out for with this running back is he's pretty streaky. When he breaks off a big one, more big runs normally follow soon after, and you're seeing it now on the last two plays. Big-time plays back-to-back, and you know right now he's calling for the ball again.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
He locked up and held on to bring him down.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. The noise reverberating off the checkerboards in Neyland on 3rd down. Back to pass, it's Hoover. Makes the grab. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. On the ground, it's Bishop. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
Sometimes in your playbook, you have run plays that are called run-it runs. You leave the play on no matter what look the defense gives you. That time the defense was blitzing, but they just kept the play on. That is an attitude-type run that you can run into any kind of look, and it paid off for them.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. Looking to throw for it. Got his man on the right. Turning it on. Quick step and go. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels.
And, man, this is not the plan that they drew up defensively. Like, trying to get stops, trying to get them off the field. They finally get them to a 3rd down situation, and they still can't execute. So slow start for this defense. They better find some answers because they've already dug themselves a hole.
Maybe a creep. Got enough space. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
He'll bring it out. It's Preston. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Looking to throw, it's Hoover. Under fire. Lets it fly on the move. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And a tremendous return will be stopped at the 28-yard line.
And I like the aggressiveness. I understand you're down, right before the half. You want to go get some points, but you can't turn the football over here. Now you've set the other team up in a position to maybe get more points as the first half's winding down.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Working that left side now. The Volunteers will call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
Looking to throw on first down. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Volunteers! Middle of the end zone, he's got it!
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They scored again here right before halftime. I don't know, guys. I mean, can we do running clock in the second half?
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. He'll bring it out. It's Preston. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Martin. They make the stop, but he's got enough for the first down, and now this offense might have a chance to do something. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays.
And I don't want to marginalize you guys' athletic ability, but I feel like Palmer and Davis both could have ran through that hole. I mean, that was unbelievable job by the offensive line, paving the way. He's getting to the second level before he's even getting contacted. That better change for this defense, or they're going to be in for a long game.
Creates a little room. Picked up a few on that run, but this defense able to keep him contained here late in the half. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Oh, what a move. At midfield, he's got room. Turning on the Jets. Inside the 10. And he's in. Pounded his way in for the score. Touchdown, Hoosiers.
That was a big touchdown for them, too, because they're still trailing. They've got a lot of work ahead of them here in the second half, but I think that's going to give them a lot of confidence now going into halftime. I can't wait to see what they do here in the second half.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point gets them a little closer at 31-10. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, down the stretch we come on what's been a thrilling college football season. Week 11 filled with storylines. The first game we'll take a look at will be Duke, taking on the Cincinnati Bearcats. And it's the Blue Devils in one of those old-school fight-in-a-phone booth games. Neither team has been able to break out offensively, but it feels like the one that does will come away today with a signature win. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside Sunbelt.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. here is the Tennessee offense. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. They keep it on the ground to open the third. At the 40, there he goes. Off to the races to the right. The 20, still on his feet. He now has 110 yards on the ground so far in this one, and he is closing in on that 1,000-yard mark.
You're going to win a lot of games if you can generate explosive plays. That's what we've seen in recent weeks from this football team, but this offense, man, they are every defensive coordinator's nightmare because of the players they've got lining up all over.
Pressure coming. He just got rid of that one to save the down, didn't see anything he liked.
You know, the defense just hasn't seemed to quite have an answer. They've come close to interceptions like that one there, but they haven't registered any so far. They've given up a few touchdown passes. They're just not quite able to make the plays they need to against the pass in this game.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Caught in the backfield, it's Bishop. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
You know, this linebacker is a special player because not only is he good making tackles in the open field, this guy can cover, and you saw a great example of it with that running back.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Touchdown ball! We're on the sideline, got it in the end zone. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they tacked on the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone, it's Morris. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. They've fallen into a hole here, and they need to start fighting back right now on this drive. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on first down.
Offense goes toss play to the right. Now, defensively, if you're going to stop these perimeter runs, your DBs better be able to get off blocks and go make a tackle. And right now, this...
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
This quarterback has to know he's got to get rid of the football quickly. This defense has already shown on film that they'll rush this outside linebacker off the edge and make the count 5 on their pass rush. But with his speed and his flexibility, he's too much for a lot of these offensive linemen to handle.
Oh, that did not go as planned, except for the defense. They were right there to make the big stop.
Nice job by this defense staying home, not getting fooled. When the ball goes away from me, I don't just chase blindly across the field. They see the reverse, and I love the speed, the close, and the tackle. They get a tackle for a loss on that gadget-type play.
Defense backing up, trying to keep everything in front. Looking to the big tight end. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on 3rd down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
And the Hoosiers will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense. They're allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Moves it forward just a bit, a pickup of 1 to the 35.
Man, that's good plays back-to-back. getting him on the ground. And I tell you what, just good job wrapping him up, not letting him get yards after contact and make your defense really have to work harder. Great job getting downhill, making tackles, and now you're set up pretty good. Third and medium, probably a passing situation. Nice physicality by this defense.
Motion from the wideout. They got him, and down he goes, and what a huge sack that might have knocked him out of field goal range. So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. He's going to have to break out the thunderfoot on this one, a 57-yard attempt. 57 yards out, and he powers it through the uprights.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50+, and he did it with ease.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Morris. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Indiana comes out ready to get this drive underway. He really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Oh, he's got some space. He's inside the 40, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Hoosiers! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. An impressive run from the back. Gets him 6 points, good drink of water, and maybe a little oxygen.
He definitely needs some oxygen after that long run, but it looks simple, right? Just hand the ball off, but when you can make big plays like this in the run game, man, does it make offense fun.
Motion from the back. They'll run the option. He will be stopped short, just shy of the goal line, and the two-point conversion attempt will fail.
Tennessee, 41, Indiana, 16.
They'll snag it just inside the 10. So the Vols offense takes the field to start this drive. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker, who is so important to this team.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line.
Listen, you're trying to create a spark. I get it. I want to run these every so often, and I practice these in practice. And by God, if I practice them, I'm going to use them and try to take a shot. It didn't work, but I do like the play call on the offense.
And now the offense will come onto the field again. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
That back had nowhere to go. The defensive line ate up the blocks. But how about the linebacker swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Off play action. On the run, still looking. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you could tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Throws for the tight end. He's got an open man. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here. The Hoosiers have it with a 1st and goal. Run in the red zone. It's Martin. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
1st down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. To throw, it's Hoover. A little release to the back. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Indiana! And they take it in for 6 more points. That's his 3rd touchdown of the game, and he just has 4 now on the season. And right down the middle. Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
Oh, misjudges it a bit and muffs it. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Running inside, it's Bishop. There he goes. He'll be stopped at the 27, but it's a 15-yard gain. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Right back to the well. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short if teams want to make their move in the rankings. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Headed outside, it's Bishop. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
Well, the defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today because this running back really has answered the bell. They knew coming in they were going to have to give him the football, force-feed it to him, and let him go to work. He's done that. Well over 100 yards rushing in this game, and the defense just has not had the answers consistently for him.
Quickly to the tight end. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position, and here in the 4th quarter with a big lead, he's still taking shots.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find...
He's got it inside the 15. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up.
Well, I love play callers that want to stay aggressive, regardless of what the score is, regardless how much time is left on the clock. And I promise you this, there are a lot of fans, there are a lot of teams all across college football that are paying attention to what is happening right now.
Direct snap. It's Bishop. Stopped in his tracks, and they'll have to try it again.
And down here near the goal line, you got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring him.
So you know the defense is going to be keying him too, right? Because he's hurting them a little bit in this game already. They're going to be finding a way to try to get some penetration, anticipating this guy to touch it again.
Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. They'll run it to the left, looking for the end zone. He will not get there as the defense stops him again. If you don't tip the scales at 3 bills, stay on the sidelines. Big boys in the goal line D. They'll send the back in motion. Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
That's a phenomenal job getting after the quarterback and getting a hit on him to affect his accuracy, because if they didn't get the pressure, that was going to be a touchdown. He had a guy wide open in the end zone. That was a golden opportunity, but the defense comes up big.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
Coming out with it, it's Preston. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On the direct snap, it's Marsh. Shakes off the defender. Nudges ahead for 1 out to the 16. Just barely picked up a yard, but that last completion, it's 2nd and 9. On the run, it's Beebe. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
It'll be 3rd and long. They'll run play action. He's going to throw deep right side. He almost had another one. They've already picked off 3 and just a hair away from number 4 there.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game, so they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Gets the back moving. On 4th down, looking to pass. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like, it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive. And this offense doesn't come through for their team, and now they're going to really need their defense to get some stops here in this football game in the 4th quarter.
Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front, establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Lowers those pads, and he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Tennessee! They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Hoosiers offense all set and ready to crank things up. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a score. And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18.
And man, this offense just keeps trying to find something to go well. They're down so big. There's still time on the clock. Maybe they can put something together, but so far today, this has been ugly.
And the Hoosiers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Fights off a defender.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. To the air, it's Hoover. Fires on the move. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
He'll be brought down inside the 10-yard line at the 9.
This guy's been special today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football, and he has delivered. You've seen the speed, the vision, his ability to break tackles. Well over 100 rushing yards in this game, and that's why they have a nice lead here late.
The Vols line it up with a 1st and goal. Snap it to the back. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to do. Late in the ball game with the lead, establish the run, establish the physicality. And you know what helps? That clock up there, it continues to tick. So let's see if they choose to keep the ball on the ground and stay conservative and run that clock.
They'll run it left, looking for the end zone here. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
And the point after is good. He'll bring it out. It's Morris. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. The run inside. It's Richard. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20.
And this defense is more than happy with the offense running the football. They've done a great job today. I mean, they've really made this offense work so hard, earn everything they've gotten, and that's why this lead is ballooned like it has.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Makes it past the marker. Has plenty for the 1st down, and they stop him at the 28.
On 2nd down defensively, I'm always like, hey, let's get to 3rd down. Really good job by the offense. It's like, nah, we're going to stick this run right down your throat, get the 1st down on 2nd down. We don't need 3rd downs.
Sends it back in motion. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there.
Makes a grab and room to run. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.